Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats to honor the playing of the national anthems.
All right, let's go to the US.
One moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe 2-1 US better right now.
Some new technology brings you our national anthems.
Pretty sure we all. I'm pretty sure we all know the Stars thing about banner. I'm not so sure about the Iroquois National Anthem, although I do love it. Should we just sing? Can we all sing the Stars thing about banner together? Can we do that? We got it? All right. I think we got it.
All right, lacrosse fans, there it is. The national anthems for the United States of America and the Iroquois Nationals. Man, do I love the Iroquois anthem. As it's Jake Elliott with you. You can find me via Twitter at PXB for Sports. Says welcome back inside Town Center Stadium at here Percy Perry Field as we get set for a big one. The Stars and Stripes of the United States take on the Iroquois Nationals in a pivotal game that'll determine the seedings. Jake Elliott, Andy Watson with you once again. Thanks for hopping on board here. Sports Canada TV brought to you by Novus. As Andy, sun is shining. The lights are on here at Percy Perry. And we're set for a good one between the States and the Nationals. Helps if I turn your microphone up. There you go.
Thanks, Jake. And, this game, obviously, the United States wins this. They clinch first overall, get that crucial bye to the semifinal round, and relatively an easier draw, although when you get to the semifinals, all the teams are pretty strong. On the flip side, U.S. loss might complicate things. So the Iroquois hoping for the best, hoping that if they win this game, they create a three-way tie between Canada, the U.S., and the Iroquois.
Okay, so I do, just going to cut you off right there, Andy. My man Dave Hallows, who called the 2012 U19 games from Turku, Finland, has run down the scenario for me. Should, in fact, the Iroquois Nationals win this game, I'm going to let you read it. You can read it while I'm announcing, and then let me know if you can make sense of it, because it's a lot of math in there, and that was never my strong suit. So there's about 3 paragraphs of potential scenarios that Dave has gone out of his way to deliver to us. So I'll let you read that.
Lovely.
And
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, we'll see how this one plays out, as America will wear their navy blues, white numbers, dark blue helmets, and the Nationals will be in their whites with the purple shorts, a little gold trim in there as well. As the shadows about a quarter of the way across the field here, and by, I would say, the end of the first half should be covered in shade. The sun should be back behind us here at Percy Perry as the two teams come to center for the lineup. And as it was against Canada, Andy Watson, the face-off X, definitely an area to watch here tonight. Doug Jamieson will go up against Henningsen and Feliziani, who will split the duties here for Nick Meyer's Team USA. But possession is going to be key, because we know when the Iroquois has the ball, they can score it. But offensively for USA, they're a very patient club. They will take their time up there, but usually execute. And if you give USA too many chances, they're going to put the ball in the cage.
United States going with, not surprisingly, their ace in net, number 7, Willie Clan.
But in the other end, a bit of a surprise here, Andy Watson, as it's Brody Bartel that gets the start for the Nationals.
Well, the Arizona-based keeper played well in the limited action he's seen already. Maybe because some of these players aren't as familiar with his style, so maybe they're looking for a competitive edge there.
Well, welcome aboard here on the webcast tonight. This is the final game of Day 5. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway, and USA up with an early draw, but throwing that one well out of bounds was Austin Henningsen as he yanked it clean on Jamieson, but quick turnover here on USA.
The buzz around the stadium, a lot of people think the Iroquois match up well and may actually be primed for the upset here.
Well, it would definitely throw a wrench into the standings. There's no question there, as it was USA over Canada in the opening game of the tournament, 12-5. The Canadians pick up a victory over the Nationals last night, 12-9, and just a wacky game, and just probably the game, well, it has to be the game of the tournament so far. As Iroquois looks to go to goal early here. Staats with a shot, and Staats with a goal as he just ripped it past Willie Clan. In it goes, short side, top corner for Adi, and it's 1-0 Nationals.
Exactly the start the Iroquois Nationals wanted. Good ball movement, flip pass over from Devin Buck's shot, and just lining Staats up perfectly. Outside drive, and I think Clan had a clean look at that, but just the velocity of that shot, too hard for the keeper to stop.
Well, two guys to watch on that National side for sure. Number 1 in white and number 43. They steer this Iroquois ship. And another face-off win for Henningsen. Jamieson will head for the sideline. Got an early 1-0 lead here. And I believe it was Staats on the first goal last night here against Canada as well. And the sun will play a factor here in the first couple of quarters, particularly on offense when the teams are passing from this near sideline across towards the benches as the players stare into the sun to accept the pass. And we'll see if USA kind of steers clear of that here in the opening quarter. This is Michael Sowers, who has really been the star player for Team USA so far. As USA had the day off yesterday. And I'm sure all were on hand, or at least checking out the webcast, watching that Iroquois Canada game. On the drive, it's done, and a high shot just over top of the cage. As Rosner back there for backup. And now Sowers. It'll be interesting to watch. They have Bombarium on him now. This is Timmy Kelly on the spin. Went down, gets back up. Now looks like it'll be Bomberry to guard Sowers as in comes Kelly, but the shot went well high right into the stick of Sowers, and now one blocked. Ball up into the air, bouncing around, and it'll be flipped back into the crease of Bartel.
Block shots are something that we've been tracking with this Iroquois defense, and we've seen a lot of it in their first couple games. Excellent stick work and anticipation from the back three there for the white, purple, and gold.
And we'll see how the clear game goes for the Iroquois, as well as the Americans gave the Canadians fits trying to clear the ball on Thursday night. Don't forget, fans, you want to be interactive during the webcast. We fully encourage it here on Sports Canada TV, at least I do anyway. You can reach me via Twitter at PXP4 Sports. PXP for Sports, or via email as well at pxpforsports@gmail.com. From behind the goal, it's Tehoka Nanako. And pretty good defense there, but Nanako's still with it, trying to create something. As he got knocked down, now Staats on the drive. Here's Staats right in, and he scores. 2-0 Nationals, Staats with both.
Well, Super Staats at it again. And 4 minutes in, excellent ball movement. Paying the price there was Nanako. And the ball just Staats one-on-one with a U.S. defender. He's got the matchup with Jack Rowlett. Finds the seam, cuts around, and short angle there for Staats. He puts one through, and that's 2 in a row for him. 2-0 lead here. Not the start the Americans wanted.
I don't think the Americans have been down at any point of this tournament so far and find themselves in a mini hole here, 2-0. Let's not forget, just 4 years ago, the USA losing 2 round-robin games, both one to the Canadians and one to these very Nationals. On the drive, a shot just wide as Ryan Conrad went to the rack quickly. And sometimes that day off will play a little mind trick with you, and the Nationals with the quick turnaround here playing late last night. Well, Canada had the quicker turnaround, but the Nationals will be probably a little more focused, their sticks a little more dialed in, and it may take the United States a little bit of time to get the motor going. There's a good check. Ball on the carpet, and it's picked up. Nationals come away with the ball.
I think that's Ron John with the Lucy, and he's already had a pretty good game thus far. He's had a couple loose balls, a couple transitions up the field.
And they beat the clear rather easily once again. Chase Scanlon trying to get away from pressure. And he's double teamed. And a whistle will go here, and I think Iroquois might have just got timeout in time before they lost the ball. And it is indeed a timeout down on the field as we're, 5.5 minutes into this one, Andy Watson, and early 2-0 lead with Austin Staats with both goals.
Well, they pick an all-tournament team here, and I got to tell you, he's got to be a shoo-in for that team right now. He's just been unreal. Him and Nanako have just stood out and looked like men among boys out here.
Yeah, I think you got to put those two on. Sowers has got to be in the mix as well. Probably Jeff Teed on the attack, and then it gets a little more difficult when you get through the middies and goaltenders and defense. But, yeah, I mean, I think Nanako and Austin Staats are definitely worthy of being on that first-team All-Star team. Now, did you read our playoff scenarios yet, Andy?
Yeah, and they're fairly accurate, actually, and there's no simple way of explaining it except to say USA win, straightforward, they'll finish first.
Canada will finish second.
Canada would finish second. The Iroquois win, all likely scenarios point to the Canadian team being in the third spot.
The Iroquois actually could finish first.
They could finish first. There's a strong possibility there, too. So it'll really depend on what happens, whoever wins. Goal differential will play in a factor, and we will provide you with all the details at 2016worldlax.com.
There you go.
So thanks for that help there, Dave Follows. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. And thank you to tuning in wherever you may be around the Lower Mainland. We're on Vancouver Island. I know we have listeners as far out as Hope, Mission, over on Vancouver Island, Victoria. Thank you for everybody tuned in here to Sports Canada TV as Staats went looking for 3 and just bounced it wide. As Nanakok there for the backup.
Man, Matthew Borges just carving up Staats there.
This is Nanakok around the cage with authority as he lowers in the shoulder. Still Nanakok on the shovel. And that one slithered wide of the low post. And the Nationals there for backup once again.
That was Mitch Laffin out of Onondaga Nation hunting down the possession.
Skylar Thomas on the alley dodge, not there. Baker wants it. He's covered a little too closely, so Thomas will not force that one. There's the screen from Staats. And he'll get the flip pass now, and Staats on the run. A little shoulder shiver. Still Staats, and now it's strip free. Staats chopped down, ball loose. As they battle for it, these guys really going at it here.
I really like how this veteran officiating crew letting these guys play. Good call there. Crew chief tonight is Michael Drake from Ontario. Peter Davidson and Lee Breen also on the field. So we see an Iroquois player down there. That's an easy call.
Rowlett with the chop on Staats, and they say Rowlett maybe the best freshman long pole in the country for America.
I think that's a multi-number penalty. I think that's a 2-minute flash, possibly a 3 by the official.
Well, let's check. I mean, it came off ball behind the play. And an undisciplined check there from Rowlett.
Man, they are just shadowing Staats. They don't want him to see the ball at all right now. They've got 18 in the blue. Austin Sims draped all over him as a timeout has been called on the field.
Nick Myers wants the timeout to settle down his troops after an undisciplined call.
We might try and get a replay there of that last penalty if possible.
We'll see if we can pull that up for you.
Late request to our production crew who've been performing yeoman's work, but it was a little too late from my end to try and get it in the mix. We'll try and get confirmation on that penalty to see if it was a multi-minute penalty or not. A 3-minute slash, I'm told, is the call.
Wow.
And in field lacrosse standards, that's, for those of you at home, obviously, who know the sport, that's fairly rare to see that. You might see that in a, a U15 game where...
Well, I might have taken 1 or 2 of those in my day.
Yeah, the Jake Elliott special, perhaps. But it looked like part of the game plan. I mean, every time Staats got the ball and they had an opportunity, the poles were making some physical contact. And Staats may have a reputation for selling the call sometimes, as good players do. But what we've seen thus far has certainly been very legitimate. And a 3-minute power play for this team, non-releasable. This could be the TSN turning point.
So they could, I mean, they regardless of how many goals they scored? Or
Regardless.
Can it be 6?
Could be 6, could be 10.
Wow.
I don't think it'll be 10, 3 minutes, but...
I thought it was 2 per 1 minute personal.
No.
You can go as many as you can get.
As many as you can.
All right.
And, the other factor on this is, does it force the U.S. into taking another penalty? Because when you're man down, that's always a possibility, too.
Well, this is not the start that the USA wanted, that's for sure. And now they'll be short for 3 minutes here, and one of their best long poles in the penalty box. Tehoka Nanakok up top, hard shot, and that one just missing low. Out of the stick of Larson Sundown, who will stay at the point. Here's Nanakok. Looks inside, nobody open. Around a screen. Tough pass. Nanakok trying to keep it in play and well. That was a much more difficult handle than it looked like, and now he turns the ball over on a errant pass. And Team USA wants to run. Staats held up at center and probably shouldn't have.
Staats just took a penalty too, I believe. A slash.
So that'll take them off the man advantage for at least a minute. And a chance for USA to kill some clock now. Now you said you don't see the stall call go on very often when you're a man down, but would this be a situation where they might put it on while USA tries to kill off their own penalty time? I
mean, theoretically, yeah, and they're not advancing the ball here, so they've stopped the play. That's exactly what's happened. They didn't even put it on. They just advanced. No advancing.
You have to continue to go towards the cage while you're shorthanded, or while a flag is down, excuse me, and USA failing to do that. So they blow it down, and we'll play some 5-on-5 here. 2-0 Nationals as we approach the halfway mark of this opening quarter. And I just getting a tweet in here from Don Parr saying Brody Bartel is from Phoenix, Maryland, not Arizona. I didn't realize there was a Phoenix, Maryland at all.
Nor did I. Well, now I guess I owe him a beer.
Okay.
Come to Victoria, cash in on that, Donald. Thanks for the tip. I did not know that. There's some geography for us.
Appreciate all the tweets coming in, and keep them coming, folks, at PXP, the number 4 Sports.
Stall being put on here by the U.S.
This is Conrad on the drive. Stall on here. As Bernhardt will take it wide. And got to keep it inside that restraining line now. And USA probably just going to try and chew up as much time as they can here with that 3-minute personally to Rowlett. Bernhardt got his D-man hung up. Comes back to his strong side. And now Mac O'Keefe. Been steady here for USA. Now penalty time over to Staats. American player gets his penalty released, and we're back to 6-on-6. So a 3-minute personal doesn't bite USA at all, as Staats takes a penalty, and the State's able to kill it all off.
Huge kill for the United States.
Now can they get on the board here? 6-on-6, down 2-0 with Sowers behind the cage. In the left hand, Jukes spins back as the double comes. Feet out high, Conrad on the swing. This is Mac O'Keefe, one more. And now a drive inside. Simon Mathias gets the Stars and Stripes on the board. It's 2-1.
Well, what a huge momentum shift as we see some great juking behind the net there from Sowers, drawing oohs and ahs from the crowd. And Mathias just gets a lane. Short stick matchup. Comes around his defender. That was 17 for the Iroquois Nationals. Ron John, I believe, and fires it home.
We've seen Ron John play both short stick and long pole here for the Nationals. And back to center we go. Jamieson with a free 50-50 ball here, but no speed to catch that one. As Borges will scoop it. Willie Clan with a full bomb. And it's on the mark, but dropped. And now the Iroquois will pick it up. Look out from behind. Jerry Staats lost it. Ball still loose, and everybody looking to clean somebody's clock. And a good loose ball pickup by Jerry Staats, and the Nationals will control.
I love the compete level here from both teams. It's been a really good start to this game, Jake.
Well, you know, both teams realize the importance of this game. Is look at that cut there from Baker. But Mathias stripped him. And now ball loose along the Iroquois sideline here. And they come away with it once again. And they're winning those 50-50 balls so far, are the Nationals. Bomberry, a laser beam upfield. Got a man in behind the D, and Clan with a stuff. What a ball there from Bomberry. A better stop from Willie Clan.
Well, Sherman Williams with a nice catch, great shot off, and Clan equal to the task. Keep this just to a 1-goal Iroquois lead here with 7 minutes left in the first quarter.
Not George Jefferson Sherman Williams, the different one.
No confusion there, I don't think, from our fans.
We got, yeah, they're like, who?
That was a nice historical reference, though, Jake.
We got Luke Walton on Team Australia. Now Sherman Williams. This is Brad Smith. Moving on up, Andy Watson.
Spread defense here for the Iroquois. Lots of space in the middle of the field.
O'Keefe from goal line extended. USA trying to tie the game here as they move Mathias to X. Smith, big, tall, powerful runner, wants to drive. Fakes down to the crease. This is Mathias. Nope. Rush here for the USA as they'll reset. Now it's Conrad on the take and Bartel on the stop. Ground ball picked up by Bomberry. Outlets quickly. This is Scanlon. Feed to Nanakoke. Hits the trailer. Inside feed, and Staats on the whirl. Put it wide, as it was actually Scanlon, excuse me. 3, not 43. This is Staats as he ducks underneath. Falling down, scores.
And
Flag
the penalty
comes in late.
Yeah. Lovely goal by Staats. It's going to be a 1-minute trip, I think, so the Iroquois will go to the extra man opportunity here as the referee's conferring. But what a goal. Austin Staats is just an unbelievable star.
He's on another level.
Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal, and a nice quick restart by the Iroquois too, as you saw on that replay there. Wonderful pass from behind. Staats getting in, undercutting his defender, diving across the crease, driving the net to draw the trip. And 3-1 now, and the Iroquois back to the power play.
Again, a question coming in via Twitter at PXP for Sports. Andy Watson, this one directed to you from Redlax 1021. In international rules, do they call the slashing more strictly than maybe what the players are used to?
If you're comparing from field lacrosse to field lacrosse rules, no. If you're comparing from, say, box lacrosse to field, it's a little bit tighter. What would be let go in a box lacrosse game is not called, but that's the short answer. I'll get into a little bit more detail later on.
Okay. International official Andy Watson on the color here tonight, as he has been all week long, and will continue to do so. Thanks for the questions. Keep them coming. As Michael Sowers, as members of Team Canada, after their 17-3 victory over Australia, begin to take up position inside Percy Perry Stadium to watch this one.
Iroquois Nationals goal scored by number 43, Austin Staats.
Staats with 3. All 3 national goals so far.
Unassisted time, 14-18. Team USA
Doc Aiken.
number 10, Dylan Johnson. 1-minute personal for tripping. Time of the penalty, 15-22.
As Team USA still shorthanded here for the time being.
Time, 15-22.
It looked like they'll be able to kill off the remaining time. As penalty released now. And back to 6-on-6 we go with USA down by 2. Doc Aiken almost dared to go towards the goal there by Ranjan. That's one thing you know, this Nick Myers coach team, Andy Watson, not going to panic down too early in this one. They'll stay within the game plan. Bernhardt from behind the goal. Quick pass to Mathias. Taking topside away, and Mathias will take the underneath if you give it to him. In the left hand right now. On the drive. Sowers now. Back to the left hand, the roll dodge. Ultra quick, here's a shot, and I think Bartel just got a toe on that one.
Bartel from Phoenix, Maryland.
Yes. Get the best of both worlds there. Mac O'Keefe. Scanlon marked up on him. O'Keefe from behind, drives back. Took a hard shot there, ball comes loose. It's picked up by Iroquois, and here they go. Ron John. They'll stop up. And they'll find a man. Another flag coming in here against USA, and this is not typical of this USA team, is usually really disciplined. Staats trying to do it himself, and maybe a little too much on that occasion as he stripped of the ball as the flag goes.
Yeah, some contact to the head. So there's going to be a 1-minute slashing call here against the United States. Another power play, and the U.S. have handled this well. Their man-down unit has looked really good, but you can only give so many opportunities to this Iroquois offense before they're going to make it count on the extra man.
Well, once they get the ball back, it's pretty much over. So Iroquois kind of needs to score while they start out with possession. Tehoka Nanakoke starts it out. Long shot, and that one's high. And who are they going to give the ball to? Yes, they will give it to Blue. So an error there from USA, who had a defender way in deep there, almost anticipating that outside shot to have backup. That's good coaching there from USA.
Yeah, you can see they've scouted well. They've got an entourage of scouts and video staff here.
You have Nick Myers, the head coach, Pat Myers, an assistant, Chuck Rubling, Peter Toner, John Jez, Bill Leahy. Lots of staff here as a little action in right at center stripe.
Yeah, offside call coming up here against the Iroquois.
So America with the ball here. Flag down. They will have to advance towards the goal as they have it in behind. They will not be able to return the ball back behind the cage with the flag down. Here's Sowers on the go. Double comes. Did not cross goal line extended, so still on. Here's Sowers through a double, and Bartel makes the save. How did Sowers get through that?
I don't know. It's like he's got butter on him. He's sliding through. Just unbelievable juke and jive. Sowers and Staats putting on a show here as we come near the end of the first quarter.
A bit of a surprise start here for Brody Bartel, as it's been Armstrong in the first, as he played all game against Canada. But they go with Bartel here against the USA. USA on the man advantage. Mathias. 4 against number 4. Chauncey Hill. Mac O'Keefe. And now we got a whistle down, and I believe that's first quarter action in the books. So USA will start quarter number 2 with possession. Good one going here in the nightcapper on day 5. Iroquois Nationals lead Team USA 3-1. You're watching U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Novus. Send me a tweet at PXP for Sports, and we'll see you in a minute. All right, lacrosse fans, welcome back inside Percy Perry Stadium here in Coquitlam, the province of British Columbia, the country of Canada. Jake Elliott, Andy Watson with you after 20 minutes of play here between the Nationals and Team USA. It's Iroquois up by 2, 3-1, as USA will start the quarter with the man advantage. Down 2, and maybe the best quarter of play here for Iroquois through this tournament here, limiting USA, who had a ton of penalty trouble in that opening 20. But they start with the ball here. Stepping into one. Mathias didn't pull the trigger. Goes to Mac O'Keefe. Up to Mathias. And now penalty over here for Iroquois. Brad Smith in the left alley. And now they'll work behind here for Sowers. Lions will watch Sowers from behind. On the dodge, Smith. Around a screen, it's Timmy Kelly. He'll fire, and that one bounced about 1.5 feet wide. Everything okay, Andy?
Everything is all right. Multitasking here as
Okay.
I take my headset on and off. Sorry to the listeners at home.
Give me a tap. Sowers from behind the goal again. Ultra quick back there. Now Smith, a quick swing here for Kelly. Puts it in the left hand, switches back right, and Bartel fights it off. Flag coming now, and is this going against Iroquois for a late slash?
Looks like a 30-second technical for the hold. Could have been the slash.
What's the rule on international play, Andy, if the goalie takes a penalty? Does he serve his own, or does a player get to serve in-home serve it for him?
the team that has a backup goalie would put their backup goalie in, the goalie would go in and serve it.
Okay. Shot stopped from Bartel, who's looked good to start this one. And USA comes up with a ground ball. Here's Mac O'Keefe on the step down, and he burned it past Bartel. It's 3-2.
Solid shot there. The accuracy, pretty impressive there from the United States. Creating some space on the outside. Excellent passing, Mathias. Drives it inside to O'Keefe, and O'Keefe with all sorts of time.
One of these days I'm going to do my best Eamon McEnany. Time, room, bullseye. Love it. And that was about it there for Mac O'Keefe as he gets the States within one. Back to center we go. And another free ball, and Jamieson will get credit for a face-off win here. Can Iroquois hang on to the ball? Nice handle there from Bomberry. Unsure if he can cross center, so he'll come near sideline and finds Larson Sundown. Ball to the far side. On the pop out, it's Austin Staats. Staats in the right-handed cradle. Wants Nanakoke to come set a screen for him. Does. Takes a slash for his trouble. Staats all the way around the cage. Just powering his way inside and shovels it towards the goal as it rolls just wide. Nanakoke will get the call from the official on the backup. Here's Tehoka Nanakoke on the swim, the spin, the wraparound. And that one went off the outside of the goal.
How do you like that assignment if you're the defender for Team USA?
I don't. Good check thrown there to knock that one free, and USA up with the ball. Costabile looking for an open man and finds one. It's Terry Lindsay, the D midi. And he'll make sure the offense is settled before he makes his change. As Sowers will go for a little stroll in behind the cage, and there goes Lindsay back to the center line.
I love Lindsay's hometown, Chevy Chase, Maryland.
Okay. Doc Zakin hits the man off the bench. Bernhardt lands into the teeth of the D and decides better of that. 4.5 minutes in, quarter two. Iroquois up by one on USA, 3-2. Here's Bernhardt on the alley dodge. Into the middle, loads and fires and scores. We're tied at 3.
Well, you knew it was only a matter of time before the United States would settle in here. Great start by the Iroquois, but the U.S. has clawed back into this. Bernhardt, with so much athleticism, starts off as a righty, dodge, split dodge, goes to the left, beats his defender, lots of room to shoot, and makes no mistake. The U.S. tying it up here at 3.
So back to square one we go. And with Canada in the house, you have to believe they're probably the only time they're ever going to be cheering for USA, but you got to think they want the Americans to win this game.
Well, that extra day off would be super nice for them.
And Henningsen on the clean face-off win. Smith wants it. He's wide open, didn't get the ball. And sometimes USA can be a little guilty of being overly patient instead of not taking their opportunities, and I think that was the case there. But still with possession, however. As Rosner had a big game. Their last matchup is that shot just bouncing wide short side, and now a foot race for it, and Bartel alertly will win that race.
That's 6, Aiken, time 4:46.
Well, Iroquois will hold on deep. And a chance to clear the ball now. Got a man near sideline and Jerry Staats. He's across center, brings in the feed. And finds an open man. Another good clear from the Iroquois, Ron John. And I think they're perfect in that department so far, Andy.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jake.
Here's Austin Staats on the post up. Leans in. Here comes the double. Staats still with it. Through the middle and just lost the ball on the shot attempt. And we'll get a holding call here on Iroquois. And then an American player tripped up from behind. I don't think either official saw it, and we have a player for the United States down in the middle of the field. Nobody saw it.
That's Matthew Borges from Garden City, New York, the Ohio State commit.
Well, he's given out a few himself this tournament, and I think just got one back undetected from the Iroquois.
Certainly some jeers of cheap shot from the U.S. fans in the crowd. I will admit I did not see it from my vantage point here.
I just kind of saw him go down, and tough to tell what area he's laboring in pain with.
And Freeman Bucktooth, head coach for the Iroquois from Onondaga, just being warned for something by the chief bench official. I believe that's Steve O'Shaughnessy over there. And the referees are coming together, having a discussion. That's the right thing to do, see if anyone saw it.
Lee Breen, BC boy out there as well.
Yeah, 3 Canucks on this crew. Michael Drake, Lee Breen, and Steve O'Shaughnessy, being joined by Peter Davidson and bench manager David Campbell.
USA will have possession as they start from their own end.
Man, he's fast.
Wow, Conrad all the way up into the offensive zone with ease. Must be nice. Tyler Dunn. Brad Smith. Rosner. They'll reverse things now, and here comes the dodge from the top. Conrad in the left. Smith back into the middle. And doesn't like that opportunity. And now Mac O'Keefe shakes off one, shakes off another. Still coming as O'Keefe. And shot goes just wide as Bartel had the short side covered.
Tyler Dunn getting a look at the net there.
Right. I thought it was O'Keefe, but it is Dunn.
Tough to see from the angle there. Double ones looked like a 4 from here at first, too.
Conrad with a quick move, and Bartel with a better stop.
He's looked really good in there for the Iroquois.
He has. Yeah, I really think the best way to beat this American ride is to have quick passes. You cannot slow it down and then make decisions. You just got to think quickly and get the ball hot. In a little bit of trouble here as they go back with it. And Bomberry will make the right decision. Chase Scanlon. Nanakoke wants it, gets it. He'll drive near side. Excuse me, it's Bennett. Out high. Feet inside. Skylar Thomas on the kick out. Back door. Bennett stopped by Clamp. Nanakoke with the ground ball. Tehoka Nanakoke. A swim and a spin. Still Nanakoke going. Feet inside, and that one skipped past everybody and towards the Nationals bench and will roll out of bounds. It'll go back to Team America.
Man, the reach on Nanakoke to just be able to protect that stick with such
strength.
Excellent strength, and he's also got such distance, too.
USA on the attack in a 3-3 game halfway through quarter 2. It's Jake Elliott, Andy Watson with you here on day 5, the nightcapper. We'll run down the schedule for you tomorrow. as both these teams will be in action. Rosner. Dox Aitken. Bernhardt. And now Sowers. USA really stretching it out here. There's another gorgeous evening on a Monday night in Coquitlam. Here's Bernhardt on the face dodge. Feed to the wing. Swing in behind the goal. And Sowers trying to set up his man Bomberry for a one-on-one. Princeton against Syracuse. Around the near side for Timmy Kelly. Mathias looking to feed. Finds an open man. Scores! Dox Aitken puts USA in front for the first time tonight. It's 4-3.
Excellent patience, good ball movement and rotation. The U.S. waiting to find that open seam. And Dox Aitken, I think, had the short stick matchup. And nice cut through the middle. No mistake once he got the ball in the stick. And the U.S. up now 4-3 with 8:20 to go in the second quarter.
Fans trying to get the USA chant going. There's another fantastic crowd on hand here tonight again, Andy Watson. And I'm sure a good one listening and watching online here on Sports Canada TV as Jamieson comes away with the draw. Can they pick up the ball now? A battle for it. All sorts of bodies in there for this ground ball. Stick swinging, bodies banging, and just overrunning that one. They'll blow it out on the out of bounds line. As Dylan Johnson couldn't pick it up, but Iroquois turn it right over. Here they come. Fast break. Loading. And that shot goes high. Who are they going to give it to? It's Brody Bartel. As the long pole took the shot. And we're near the target and no backup for USA.
And great hustle by Bartel, too, because that could have been a foot race with an American player in the vicinity.
But he went around the right side of the cage to chase after that ball, and that was the difference. Shorter route to where the ball went out of bounds. Larson Sundown.
I always like that shorter route because it's less running, Jake.
Exactly. Here's Sundown underneath. Hit the crossbar. And then I think he stepped in the crease on the follow-through, so that'll be a turnover. And a quick possession there for the Iroquois. Willie Clan, who played a year at Ohio State for Nick Myers and transferred to Syracuse to be closer to family and home. And obviously Nick Myers putting his personal agenda aside, and Willie Clan's been his guy since the start.
Home of the garbage plate in Rochester, New York. Best food around.
Dinosaur Barbecue. I have had the pleasure.
Man, now my stomach's going. Thanks, Jake.
Yeah, Roch Vegas, baby. This is Rosner. Out wide, near sideline here. As they'll find Tyler Dunn. Again, USA leading by 1. They got down early 2-0 as Smith knocked down. This is Mac O'Keefe. Just outside the restraining line. One-handed, shovel-off pass. Open is Rosner. He wants to drive, switches hands, and scores. 5-3 USA.
And that's 4 unanswered now for the blue, white, and red. And Rosner just showing his tremendous skill. Open at the top. Long pole slides up. Actually, it was a short stick. It was John, and the switch of hands there by Rosner, and almost a little twister at the end of the shot there.
Well, that was really what opened him up. I mean, he had an opening, but that switch of the hands gave him that extra 1-2 steps to really step into that shot.
And tough for a short stick to be able to do anything about that. If you poke, you're going to get burned. And just excellent skill level there from the United States.
Excellent face-off win as well. As Terry Lindsay will find I keep flipping back and forth from Rosner and Rosner. Somebody send me a tweet and let me know which one it is for sure, please. PXP for sports.
I would suspect he'll have lots of family and friends watching from another Phoenix, Maryland product.
Is it Rose or is it Roz? We've heard both. Well, we want to get it right for you. As he, a member of Penn State. Brad Smith. A Blue Devil. Rising sub shot there from O'Keefe. Sails way out of play. 4 minutes to go, second quarter. 5-3 USA. Here's Smith on the alley dodge. Feed him behind. Tough handle. Now Bernhardt. USA playing with a little more tempo now. Big fake there from O'Keefe. Lost his man. Then he scores. What a goal from Mac O'Keefe. Put that one on the highlight reel. The fake jump shot. And then the rip to the top corner.
Wow, that was unbelievable. Even the videographers on the sideline from Team USA just blown away by that skill, having a good chuckle across the way.
Too many guys pull off the fake jump shot as well as Mac O'Keefe just did.
The old freeze and pop.
We're going to run that one. Don't have it? Sorry, no replay available for that. As Henningsen up with a quick face-off. He's going to work in here. Wide open in the middle and didn't get the ball. It was Brian Costabile. The USA on a run here. With what, Andy? Their fifth straight?
I believe so, yeah. That's a 5-0 run.
And now a 3-goal lead here for USA. Remember now, USA wins. They are the #1 seed. Canada would finish 2. Iroquois most likely finishes 3. As games to come tomorrow, but if everything goes according to plan, as you have USA taking on England, which should be a relatively easy game for them, as Iroquois will play Australia, and maybe a little closer in that one, but Iroquois should be able to get by the Crocodiles. Here's O'Keefe again. It's done, excuse me. As Dunn's got that right leg, right knee, red band coming out from the bottom of his shorts. As I'll try and keep that picked out so I can tell them apart, number 11 and number 1.
We've seen the stall warning be put on the U.S., so they have to keep it inside that restraining line. Unlike the NCAA where you have a box and you have to keep it in the box.
For our new viewers on Sports Canada TV, please keep in mind the clock on your screen is just a general guideline, not the official time. And that black line going down kind of the right side of your screen right now, nothing to do with you. It's a large cable that holds up the canopy here at Percy Perry Stadium. So do not adjust your monitors.
I don't know. Do you pressure the ball here if you're the Iroquois?
I don't think I do. Down 3, late second half. You don't want to give up another one here and get overzealous, have a bad double, and leave a man open. I think you try and hold on D here and at worst get to halftime down 3.
You know, the run, 5-0 run for the U.S. all started with some excellent penalty killing.
Well, that's the difference for USA is they were in a ton of penalty trouble in that first quarter, Andy, and I don't think they've taken one here in the second. The crowd voicing their displeasure on the slow possession here for USA as Mathias, we saw this at the end of the Australian game. And again, Andy, we go back to this is why you feel like when this situation comes about, you need to put a clock on these guys.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, as soon as that stall goes
Nobody wants to watch this.
No, you need a 30-second or 40-second shot clock as soon as the stall goes on to force something, because this is no good for the game. This is no good for fans.
Yeah, and that's kind of my idea is, you know, sure, have the stall, but once you put the stall on, give them another 30 seconds, and then the clock comes on. Mathias and Bartel makes the save. Seconds to go. Late bid. That one will go wide. Ball bouncing around, and that should do it for quarter number 2 and half number 1. Not bad, not bad. Nationals get out to an early 2-0 start, but a 5-goal run to finish off the quarter here for Team USA. They lead the Nationals by 3, 6-3 with 40 down and 40 to go here from Percy Perry. You are watching the 2016 U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships from the city of Coquitlam here in British Columbia, Canada. On Sports TV, brought to you by Novus. You know the deal. We'll take a 10-minute break, come back with second half action in the meantime. Send me a tweet at PXB for Sports, and we'll see you in 10 minutes.
To play there, and it's been a great experience.
Well, Cliff, on behalf of all the fans watching on the stream and everyone here at Perry Percy Stadium, thank you for committing to this once again and hosting this event in 2016.
Thanks a lot, Andy.
We'll be right back with second half action after this.
All right, Lacrosse fans, my apologies. A little late returning there from that interview with Tournament Director Cliff Pascas. Thank you for that. Third quarter action is underway. Let's play some lacrosse, shall we? As USA on a 5-goal run here. And thanks for all the tweets coming in at PXP for Sports during halftime. And they lead it by 3, 6-3. Jake Elliott, Andy Watson with you for second half action of the nightcapper of day 5. From behind the cage, it's Smith, who doesn't go back there very often, on the cut and in the goal. The captain, Timmy Kelly, adds to the run. It's 7-3 USA.
Again, it all comes back, Jake, to that excellent penalty kill late. I believe it was in the first quarter even. And the United States just blown apart this Iroquois defense. 6 unanswered goals to go up 7-3 just a minute into the third.
And good, healthy discussion going on by a number of people on the shot clock rule at the international level, NCAA level as well. And keep it coming, guys. That's what this sports needs. Good, healthy debate and discussion. And lots of comments about that final minute or so in that first half where USA was just standing. And, you know, I tend to agree that you don't want him to do it. Go pressure the ball carrier then. Try and get the ball back. And that's part of it, and that's a good point.
Yeah. Risk reward, right? You pressure the ball, you might get burned, but if you don't pressure it, you lose out on the time.
I mean, if you're losing, you got to do something. You can't just stand there and let clock run away. It's a long bomb, and that one goes wide. Regardless, appreciate all the tweets coming in, folks. Makes for a more enjoyable broadcast when you got things to talk about, and a good one going here between the Nationals and Team USA. And it was the Nationals and Austin Staats with all 3 goals for Iroquois, but the offense has kind of dried up since then, and it's been a lot of USA possession.
I don't think Austin Staats has touched the ball in probably 15 minutes of game time, Jake.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. Here's another shot, and this one's in the back of the cage. Conrad on the finish. Might we see an Iroquois timeout or a possible goaltending change as well?
Well, excellent juke there, Jake, as Conrad looked to be going through the middle, and a little stutter step against the Iroquois defender there. Cuts back to the right, and no mistake on the shot. A nice low driver, and now it's a 5-goal lead.
And you're going to kind of start to wonder, is maybe Armstrong dinged up and they don't want to put him in this game, maybe trying to save him for later down the road here. Not that Bartel's played poorly or anything, but yeah, I thought Armstrong played quite well against Canada, and that's probably one Bartel would like to have back on that last one from Conrad. And USA up with another possession off the faceoff, and that's what's really been kind of hampering the Iroquois is they just haven't been able to get possession after goals, and that's leading to this big run here by USA. As we're showing 7-3 on our score, but I believe it's 8.
That is correct, 8-3 score.
Okay. Get that updated for you. 4 minutes into this third quarter. Sowers from behind the goal. Kelly. Quick feed to Smith on the left alley. And now a drive from below the goal in front and a dunk. Rosner. Still nobody's let me know whether it's Rosner or Rosner. Get at me via Twitter at PXP for Sports and let me know. It's 9-3 USA. That much we do know.
Well, all the middies cleared out to the top and made a lane for Rosner, and despite 3 Iroquois defenders sliding in, Rosner with a little jump and a shot, and Timmy Kelly was even looking for the flag there. And now it's 9-3 Iroquois, trailing by 6.
Starting to get away from the Iroquois here a little bit. And tomorrow, let's run down the schedule for you here quickly. Gets going at 9:30 a.m. All games available on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Nova Sierra. Scotland and Korea will play. Another face-off win here for USA. Mexico and Israel at 10 a.m. China and Ireland at 12:30. Germany and Hong Kong come up at 1 o'clock, and then the 2 night games. Those are the 2 I'll have for you. USA and England. Iroquois, Australia will be the final game of day 6. Then we get into the playoff rounds. And another goal for Team USA. They're starting to run away.
And that's the 10th goal. And now we're at a 9-0 run, Jake.
That's Bernhard on the jumper. And Bartel still in there. And now we will get a timeout here for the Iroquois.
You have to wonder how much maybe fatigue from last night's epic game against Canada might play in, but again, it comes back to that big penalty kill by the U.S., and that just changed the whole momentum of the game. The Iroquois had that early lead, and they had so much jump in their step.
And then a 3-minute power play, a man advantage for 3 minutes. Staats ends up taking a penalty of his own, took him off the man advantage. USA able to kill the rest of it off without conceding a goal, and they haven't looked back since.
Yeah. For the Iroquois now, it almost becomes a discussion about how do you prepare for tomorrow, because now that game means a lot more, that game for third place.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not counting them out in that. I mean, they're offensively talented, 7 goals.
Going to be real tough. I mean, a lot of game here, but I don't think, the USA isn't going to score the rest of this game. So how you get yourself on a 7-goal run, if you're Iroquois, I'm not so sure. So, yeah, maybe you do rest some legs, playing your third game in 3 days tomorrow against Australia.
The game that might not be on people's radar tomorrow that I'm really looking forward to is the Ireland-China matchup. It's for first place in the green division. China perhaps surprising some people today with a win over Scotland, and Ireland has looked unstoppable in their games thus far. Some North American contingent on both sides of the rosters. A couple Vancouver and Victoria boys on the China team, and some New York State and United States flavor to that Ireland roster. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then obviously we see Australia and Iroquois will decide the final placing in the middle of the blue division.
Well, I've kind of wondered who's got the air mattress set up here for their betting. And now I realize it's for you, Andy Watson. You just haven't left this venue in about 5 days now.
Yeah, well, you can probably just hear my stomach growling. If anyone has a delivery service and you're listening right now, Jake and I could use a little bit of grub up here.
Absolutely.
Last night, driving back from the most bizarre night I've ever experienced in sport, we even saw a high-speed police chase, Jake. So,
yeah, just to kind of put a cap on just a wacky night here last night as the lights went out. Well, about 10 minutes from this point in the game last night.
Maybe they'll have a Masters division. We
Let's
can
talk.
both play in it.
Hey, I'm happy right where I am. I don't I get enough of that back home. It's funny, I was on the Lacrosse Sports Network earlier today with Travis Eldridge and the gang, and asking me where I was located, and I said, well, I'm in Coquitlam. He goes, well, how far from the stadium are you? I said, well, About a 9-minute drive. So I haven't had to put gas in my car in quite some time. And it's right in my backyard. The world stage is right here at Percy Perry Stadium. We got a procedure call here.
Austin Staats going, who, me? What do you mean, ref?
And it'll be a USA possession as they start the clear, and just give it to 15 and clear out. I don't think Iroquois has anyone that's going to match Conrad in the speed department.
I think you could put a 5-pound weight on both of his legs, and I still don't know if anyone in this tournament would be able to keep pace with him. He is one fast player.
Lightning. Mathias. This is Conrad. And the cool part of it all is watching, 4, 8 years from now, how these players develop and who's going to become the superstars. As I know Adam Jones was tuned in last night, and I think back to 08 and watching him for the first time, you just knew he was a budding superstar along with Matthews in particular. Of course, Adam Geitelman, the USA goaltender for that 08 tournament here in Coquitlam, and he's gone on to be one of the best in the field game between the goal. Long clear for Jerry Staats, and just another errant pass, and Iroquois all out of sorts right now.
Yeah, I think we saw probably their best 5 minutes in the first quarter, and we probably seen, start of the second half. They look dejected, and they just don't look like they have the same step they did
They're just
yesterday.
just not playing with confidence whatsoever right now.
And I think legitimately, Jake, I'd still say this, and I will say it to anyone, I still think they are a contender. They could come back and win this whole thing. They have the talent, they have the depth. But these are the games where you need to try, and we have a timeout called here by the United States.
USA wants timeouts as we're 8 minutes away from the finish of this third quarter, as the lights starting to take effect here at Percy Perry Stadium.
Somebody asked me earlier today, who's relatively new to the sport of lacrosse, but it has a very deep sports background. He said to me, why would a team call a timeout at this stage, of a game when the lead is in check and when really you're looking pretty comfortable? And what I told him was, in a round robin tournament like this, where you don't have an opportunity to practice that much and you don't have an opportunity to be able to, do a lot of film breakdown, and it's such a short tournament with 10 days, you get into a situation where you've got to use the game to do your coaching and to do your practicing, and without that opportunity, you're not going to grow and develop. So here we are with 8 minutes left in the third quarter, and the U.S. looking ahead to what's next, trying to build on what they're already doing, but to grow and develop and look at different sets.
So Canada with a USA win here will get the day off tomorrow and Wednesday. And USA will have to play tomorrow against Team England. So Canada, even though they will finish most likely in the 2-hole, will get the extra day where USA will not.
Yeah, and is that 2 days rest good, bad?
I think it's good in a long tournament like this. I think it's good. The more rest you can get, and they will get a full practice in there, no question. And they'll have an extra day to prepare for their upcoming opponent, which will most likely be the Iroquois again.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, on paper, that's what it's shaping up to be, and barring a massive upset, that's what it will be. Yeah, and I guess for the Iroquois, the downside there is you play today, you play tomorrow, you're going to play Wednesday, and that Wednesday game probably not going to be a walk in the park either. So
they'll have to play the extra game, which
could be Ireland, could even be China. That would be an interesting matchup, the Iroquois and China. I digress.
Yeah, here is Conrad. Good swing pass through the D. Gets it back, low feed. Conrad picks it up and dodges away from the double. Conrad again, low feed for Sowers. From behind the goal, this is Mathias. Sowers wants it in the lefty here. And Mathias will give it to him. Feet inside and drive it home on the finish. Rosner with another. It's an 8-goal spread now for Team USA, make it 11-3.
Well, I think the Sowers discipline and skill. Just a wonderful, wonderful freeze there.
He just makes such good decisions with the ball. He
The
just
precision.
Knows, he knows where the open guy is going to be, and then puts it right where it needs to go into the player's stick.
Well, the midi slide didn't come up quickly enough there. That was Ron John that was the late man there. But, you know, the U.S. so good at finding that space. And whether it's Sowers or Mathias or O'Keefe, the ball distribution from this team has been very impressive. And, you know, despite that early lull, U.S. looking like they did against Canada the other night, just completely dominant.
Just want to check the face-off numbers in this one, Andy, because it's been a dominating performance for Henningsen.
A frustrating night for Doug Jamieson, that's for sure.
Let's check it here. Henningsen 12 for 13, and Feliziani 2 for 2.
And I think the one draw they lost was an illegal procedure call that wasn't even on the draw man.
So that's about as dominating as you can get at the face-off X. And that's had a large portion to do with this scoreline we see now at 11-3 USA. This is O'Keefe. Up top it comes. Bernhardt going to step into one, and that one wide of the pipe. Got 2 in the stack now. It's a little 2-2-2 action here for Nick Myers. Now O'Keefe on the side step, protecting that ball. Mathias feeds right wing. Good feed from Bernhardt, and another low drive bounces wide. And it's really just been possession after possession after possession here for USA. Coming in waves. Bernhardt. Feet up high, low shot. Doxakin was denied.
Nice stop there.
Now O'Keefe. Sub shot, and not a high riser off the fencing down on the south end of the stadium. They just continue to pressure here against the Iroquois. Here's O'Keefe, and Bartel got a piece of that.
Yeah, this possession he's made at least 2, probably 3 saves. I didn't quite get a look at one of them, but he's settling in here and keeping this respectable.
This is Dox Aiken. Port Moody bounce pass. Bernhardt stopped it up enough to keep it in play. And let Matt O'Keefe pick it up. As they'll go in behind Mathias, who has been orchestrating from X for the last 3-4 minutes. And speaking of 4 minutes, we go under 4 here in the third quarter. O'Keefe, backdoor. And Conrad unable to handle that one, and it's finally a turnover here on USA. Let's see what Iroquois can do here. Late in this third quarter, down 8. And have not had offensive possession for quite some time.
I don't think we've said Nanacoke or Bennett until now in the second half.
This is Baker through a double. And now Thomas. Good move from Scanlon. And if nothing else, just let everybody touch it here and give your D a rest. Mohawk. And will this ball stay in play? It will. Bennett. Staats wants it. Doesn't get it this time. A drive low and just shoved away. Borges giving him nothing. Yeah, it's just textbook D, and there's the turnover. 4-on-3 USA fast break. Feed to the crease. What a handle! Just snatched that pass and then sticks it home. And another USA goal. What a catch.
Great athleticism there.
Rosner in the finish. 12-3 USA with 2 to play third quarter.
You know, Dylan Johnson isn't a name we've called a lot, but in the time he's had out there on the field, he's looked very strong for the United States. Good transition play there to set up his teammate for the beauty goal. Now a 9-goal cushion for the United States. That is now, Jake, I believe 11 unanswered goals.
Incredible.
Team USA,
USA right back to the offense.
Assistant number 10, Dylan Johnson. Time of goal 17.
Chance here for USA. They will not go to cage.
17:36.
Oh, man. Wide open in the middle and didn't receive the pass. As they'll go for a change now. That's 21 in blue, Ryan Costabile. And USA will slow things down once again as the stall put on here. And this is, again, you know, you're down 9 goals here if you're the Iroquois. Go pressure the ball. What difference does it make if you're down 9 or down 10? Get after it. Try and go get the ball back. What does this prove to stand here and just let USA kill clock?
Yeah, no, exactly.
I know there's only 40 seconds, but that's 40 seconds that you could be trying to score instead of watching time tick away. Frustrating.
Yeah, very. And I understand the purpose behind what the U.S. is doing here. They're trying to work on
Yeah, I don't blame USA
yeah.
for doing it one bit. I mean, that's just smart on their part. They're up 9 goals. Why would you go to the goal? If they're not going to come after you, just stand there.
You know, if the Iroquois get in a tight game, though, this is exactly the kind of experience you need if you need to strip the ball from the other team.
Well, exactly. So why not practice a few things that you may need later down the road instead of just standing there?
Jake and I are available for hire.
Yes. Long feet up here. And again, Iroquois just will run out of time. A frustrating 3 quarters here for the Nationals and full marks for Team USA. After 60 minutes of play, it's a 9-goal lead here for the United States over the Iroquois Nationals. 12-3 your score. We'll take a short break as it looks like we'll get a goaltending change here for USA. Jake Kelly and Andy Watson with you. 60 in the books and 20 to go. You got it on the U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships from Coquitlam on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Novus. Send me a tweet at PXP for Sports. All right, lacrosse fans, welcome back. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here in quarter number 4. And a ground ball up for grabs here. And USA has position. It's kicked around, and Iroquois will come on with it. Tyson Bomberry. And let's see if the Iroquois can manufacture some offense here. Audie Staats. Bennett for a run through the middle. Scanlon. Strong side roll. Bennett can't pull the trigger. Cope will clear out. In they come. And mentioned goaltending change here for Team USA. Looks like Philip Goss has taken up the cage here for Nick Myers. Oh, with the sweatpant look. No Dylan Ward. We'll appreciate that. Now Staats as well. Welcome back. Andy Watson. Feet across the crease. Intended there from Staats, but didn't connect. And ball will sail out of bounds.
Sorry, I got caught up trying to come back. The concourse is jammed.
Well, a lot of people here, Andy.
The Iroquois tent. Incredible number of people looking to buy their merchandise.
Well, I might be one of those people once this thing wraps up. Love the Iroquois stuff. And apparently a little bit of trouble getting their merchandise into Coquitlam, but they got the tent set up now. And I'm sure it'll be some hot ticket items there.
Definitely the most popular booth right now.
Well, it's because they just showed up, Andy. Everybody's checked everything out already.
I know. Beauty. Some beauty stuff back there. I'm going to have to go pick myself up a T-shirt, I think.
The question is, did they bring jumbo size? Let's hope so.
I think so. Just for you. They knew you were here,
I'll
Jake.
get some socks or something.
Jumbo socks?
Why not?
See, nobody's come and delivered us the food that we requested in the third quarter.
Don't get your hopes up, pal. Here's Timmy Kelly. Sowers on the cut. Sowers on the goal.
I think they're going to wave this off.
Oh,
That's a good call. That's really good officiating there for the two referees to come together. Excellent job by Lee Breen coming in from the single side.
An emphatic wave off there from Lee Breen.
Got to sell the call, right, Jake?
Score remains 12-3 USA.
Want to take some time to say a special shout out to someone who I'm pretty sure is watching from Ottawa, Ontario. Ted Montour. Ted, hope you're doing well and having a speedy recovery. Good to see you on Facebook, and hope you're enjoying the Creators game and enjoying the broadcasts.
A little bit of a scramble at center, and I'd like to say a special hello to one of my special people that is listening in here tonight. You know who you are. And thanks to everybody who's tuned into the broadcast this evening here on Sports Canada TV and all week long. As we're in day 5, we'll have 10 days of action for you, as tomorrow will be the final game of round robin play. And then the playoffs begin for red and green divisions on Tuesday. Wednesday, blue division quarterfinals. Or is that right, Andy? Yes.
Yes, Wednesday quarterfinals, Thursday semifinals, Friday is the start of the placing games, and then Saturday has the 5th bronze and gold medal matches, all here for you at worldlax.tv.
Just getting a pronunciation correction on Borges.
Borges?
Yes.
Rhymes with... Okay, I'm not going to say it. Anyway, thank you for that. That helps
Now
us.
we just need Rosner or Rosner, and
Yes.
we're good to go. If you know what to do. PXP for sports at gmail.com or twitter.com/PXP for sports. Conrad. Doxika. O'Keefe with a one-handed catch. Fourth quarter action, 5 minutes gone. And USA in control and looking to lock up that #1 seed. This is O'Keefe on the step back. Scores! What a rip there from O'Keefe.
Well, another beautiful goal. Another beautiful setup. Some good patience from the outside from the United States. Just swinging the ball back and forth around, and O'Keefe freezing his defender. Had the short stick on him. The long stick didn't come in time. And that is now 12 unanswered for the red, white, and blue of the United States. They lead 13-3 here with 14 minutes left in the game.
Well done, Andy Watson. That's the way to buy yours truly some time while I throw on my hoodie here in the late stages of this one. And a face-off win here for Rosner.
Great agility to stay within the restraining line on that, too. So, Jake, if you had to right now with the games you've seen out of the blue division,
okay,
who's your MVP? I mean, it's so early, but your round robin MVP based on what you've seen.
Well, I got to go with somebody off of Team USA because they're going to be 3-0. I think it's got to be my man, Michael Sowers.
Yeah. He's really stood out for me as well.
He's been, I mean, he's just played a ton. Look at that fake there from O'Keefe. Flag coming in. John Grant-esque right there.
Earlier in the game, his fake was so good.
Yeah, we checked. We now know why we didn't get the replay. Our camera person bit so hard on that fake that they didn't even get back to the shot in time. Which is understandable. For a person that's new filming the sport of lacrosse, I've seen the most experienced camera person bite on the jump fake. Because you just don't see it very often, and it's easy to bite on it.
But you know what I love about it is it reminds us of the athleticism that we're seeing on display here and the absolute tremendous skill level of both of these teams.
Well, these are the best players at 19 years of age or younger on the planet, right here. O'Keefe with the swing. He'll clear through around a screen and a hard shot. Bartel couldn't get enough as it trickles across the goal line. It's another for USA. They're up by 11 at 14-3.
And we just hear the personal call earlier there was against Bombury, so that's a power play goal for the United States and getting some EMO opportunities. So we see much of this capacity crowd now starting to file out. Tomorrow it would be interesting to see what the crowd's like, given the fact that Canada's not playing, but I think that we've seen some very decent non-Canadian crowd support, and I look forward to more of that tomorrow.
Yes, we will have games all day. The two late games, however, will be USA against England. Iroquois will take on Australia in the nightcap to wrap up round-robin play here in the blue division. But there's just been great fans all week long here so far, and just expect the crowds to grow as the games become more important. And lights working just fine tonight here. Thank you. You know who else has been real impressive for USA has been Mathias. Been a real quarterback for this team. He's shown the ability to feed and to score.
And Rosner's been consistently strong for the U.S. too, but I agree with you. If you had to rank them, Mathias and Sowers would lead the way, but Rosner's in my top three there as well. And Willie Clan, I don't think you can forget about the U.S. netman there. He was terrific through three.
Been there when they've needed him. This is done. No backhand shot coming. You probably would have seen that from a Canadian right there go over the shoulder.
And if it had been an Iroquois player, we would have seen some sort of spin move, one-handed corkscrew that makes the highlight reel.
Nanticoke had 5 last night against Canada, and at least 3 were Sports Center top 10 worthy.
Yeah, pretty unreal what we've been seeing, Jake. And of course, your man from England.
Yes, Big Joe Cara.
Yeah, he's had a couple rifles. Hopefully, we'll see him get some offensive touches tomorrow and against this U.S. defense.
Down on the tuck. Knox Aiken. So we cross the halfway mark here of quarter 4. USA will go to 3-0 and take on England tomorrow and try and go perfect through the round robin. Look at that pass. Conrad down to the crease. Forget about it. Bernhardt on the stick.
Well, precision passing from the United States. A little underhand pass there from O'Keefe. Eventually coming outside to Conrad, who just skips the ball over. And Bernhardt making no mistake, burying it home.
You might have been able to finish on that one, Andy Watson.
I'd still have to catch it, Jake.
That's true.
50-50 chance. But you know you can score with your head. Accidentally or on purpose.
I don't even know what to say to that. Let's check the weather report tomorrow. How about that?
It sounds like a good idea. I want to take an opportunity while you're doing that to thank all of our volunteers, over 200 here, putting this tournament on. So big thanks to you if you're watching at home.
So tomorrow looking like rain, Andy, but for the rest of the week, sunshine leading right up to Saturday.
And in the low 20s Celsius, which is
just perfect.
Decent weather. I think that's what, 80s in the Fahrenheit scale?
Yeah, so if you're scoring at home from Canada, 23 degrees, add 15 and double it, Andy.
So 38, and that'd be 76, if my math is right.
That's how you do it. That's how my mama taught me. Add 15 and double it, and then you get your Fahrenheit.
Math not my strong suit.
There's a rip to the top corner. Mac O'Keefe on fire here tonight for USA.
I feel right now for Brody Bartel.
Yeah, I mean, there's no chance on that. I mean, just if we can get a slow-mo on this, just watch where this ball goes into the goal. Low to high, right into the short side top corner. That is impossible to stop for a field goalie with his stick on the other side.
You know, after the opening night, Canada and U.S. in warm-up put so many holes in the net with their velocity of shooting and their skill that they had to bring in nets for the warm-up.
Wow.
Because the shot speed and velocity was so high and so hard in the warm-up that they had too much fixing up to do.
Now, I went off on this topic a little bit in the box game. And it's not such a problem in the field game because the nets are strung much looser. But what is the concept to having a white net with a white lacrosse ball?
Hashtag poor life decision.
I cannot wrap my head around why you would have, I mean, either change the color of the ball or change the color of the net, but to have a white ball and a white net just makes zero sense to me.
The justification originally was that's what the rule book said, and
but why though?
I know, I know.
Make the net black.
Now that they have black mesh, and it's easy to find that. I don't know when the rule book was first written back.
They should make a new rule, Andy.
Black nets only, right?
Yeah, write a letter or
well,
something.
I mean, the NLL's got it right.
Yes.
You know, Langley Event Center, you go to a game.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Things traveling 100 miles an hour.
And, I mean, the speed of the game, from an officiating standpoint, you want to make the right call every time. And if that ball goes in and out on a white net and the nets are tight, it can be pretty hard to tell if it's even gone in.
Rosner, another. And I don't think the Iroquois quite saw this one coming. I don't know if anybody did. I surely didn't. I thought we were in for a much more competitive game than we saw here tonight. But it started to go sideways on the Iroquois early, and it's continued to go downhill here as Rosner puts in another here for USA to make it 17-3 United States.
So with this game in question now.
Not in question.
Not in question, rather. We can start filling in our brackets. So for those of you scoring at home, the red division has been clinched already by Israel. So Israel moves into the quarterfinal game against the fourth place blue division team, very likely going to be Australia. The United States will clinch the blue division, and the win will put them into the early semifinal on Thursday. So that'll be 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Note that's 4:30, not 4. We've been doing the 4 o'clock pretty consistently.
So I get an extra half an hour to hang out in my car.
Apparently. The Canadian team will move into that late semifinal game on Thursday, July 14th. That's a 7:30 start. And they will very likely either play the Iroquois or the winner of the green division, which will be fought between Ireland and China. But on paper, very likely to be the Iroquois and Canada, and Australia is very likely the team that would come out on top of Israel.
And that's why you want to lock up that 1 seed, because obviously that 2-3 game going to be a lot tougher than that 1-4 game. But USA on the path here. Yeah, I mean, we're just getting a text coming in saying Iroquois hasn't scored since what? Andy Watson, halfway through the first quarter, something like that?
Yeah, around the 10-minute mark, 70 minutes and counting anyway.
That's a long time to go without a goal in field lacrosse. And USA, I mean, they got down 2-0. We said they're not going to get away from their game plan. They're not going to panic. And I think they're actually down 3-1 at one point. So 16 unanswered goals here from USA.
Defense wins championships, my friend.
Well, you think about the scores. I mean, they allow 5 against Canada, which was impressive, although I don't think Canada played anywhere near their best lacrosse. They hold Australia to 4, and now they've held the Iroquois to 3. I mean, what's next? They could go down to 2-1 here against England tomorrow. That's not out of the question.
You know, and even despite the fact that they trailed early, they showed poise right away. And again, it comes back to me to those penalty kills. If the Iroquois had riled off, 2 or 3 on that 3-minute penalty, this would be a very different game.
Yeah.
But their power play, they lost the ball, and then the U.S. ragged it so well. Created a pretty good opportunity here for.
And here we go again, Andy Watson, Terry Lindsay, under, I'm sure, coach's instruction here, just running for daylight and killing off time. No stall put on yet by the official. I'm not sure why it's 17-3 when clearly USA is not going to goal. Why you wouldn't put it on here. And here comes the 10-man ride with the goaltender out of the cage.
Oh, good to see this. I'm happy to see this.
Yeah.
Gives the Iroquois something to work on, too, for their next game. So I don't know. Tomorrow night we have 2 barn burners.
Well, what do you think between Iroquois and Australia? I mean, after this performance against the States, do you think it's going to be a closer game against Australia than maybe people think?
No, I don't actually.
Either do I.
No, I mean I think the Iroquois are deep enough and talented enough, and I'm not taking anything away from the Aussies because they have improved and they continue to improve throughout the tournament. But it's just that Purdy Jr. and company have had a very good tournament, and I'm not taking anything away from the offense, but I think the skill, I wonder about the Aussie long poles and how they're going to handle the likes of Staats and Nanakoke, and really I think that'll be the difference. I think maybe the Iroquois poles are a little bit stronger, and I feel for Luke Dobbs, and I think he's in for a busy night tomorrow.
Yeah, and they'll probably have a little burr in their saddle after this performance here tonight, as well as I don't think the Iroquois have put their best foot forward by any means either. I think they got off to that quick start, like you said, but since then it's gone the other way on them, and I wouldn't expect 2 bad performances in a row. But we will see as USA England at 4. Iroquois Australia at 7:30 Pacific time to wrap up round robin action here in the blue division, right here on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Novus.
So I'm going to take some time to thank our camera operators who have been here since I don't know what time this morning.
Let's do it.
But long day for them at Sports Canada TV, our producer Choel Brown and the team. Thank you so much for bringing
Adam, Jillian. Who else we got beside you to your left here, Choel? Cade. All right, so we got Cade, we got Adam, we got Jillian doing yeoman's work along with Choil. And, of course, yourself, Andy. I know you've been putting in long hours. I kind of feel like I got it easy just coming in for the 2 late games.
Hey, it's nothing on Sports Canada TV. I think these guys probably pack up and do the World Softball Championships, and then I think they're off to Alberta to do another one.
Well, I'm going to try and finagle my way into some more work with these guys. I've enjoyed myself over the last 5 days.
Yeah, Jake for hire.
Gun for hire, yes, indeed. I don't come cheap, though, Choil, just to let you know. You got to buy me dinner or something.
There you hear it, folks. Secret to Jake's heart is through his stomach.
I think most people know that. Hashtag Jumbo. 17-3 USA. with just over 2 minutes to go. And again, they'll play some keep away.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, you know, I'd almost think that the stall would be automatic at this point in time. I'm looking over at the assessors, looking to get a nod of approval or a shake of the head, but they're like poker players, like the star poker players.
Well, maybe they're just looking to get this one over with.
They may be. They may have been told by the Iroquois, you know what, guys, we just want to get this one over with.
Well,
just don't put it on.
At least they're going after the ball here, though. I mean, they're trying to get the ball back, and that's something they didn't do at the beginning of the first half. And again, the stall not on, so USA could technically bring this ball out near center if they wanted to.
Unless they put it on and we didn't see it. Maybe it was stealth
power
like.
here from Rosner.
Man, he's good.
Just shook off 2 checks with a swim move through a double.
Nanticoke playing some defense right now. Fresh legs, right?
Yeah, I mean, a rather shorter bench than USA for sure for Iroquois. I don't quite know if they have the depth that USA does, or Canada for that matter. But it's Bernhardt's turn to go for a run. And here comes the double once again. You know, Quamberry's got to be gassed as he has played virtually 2 full games in under 48 hours. But it's all academic now, as USA will go to 3-0 and a chance to go perfect against England tomorrow. As Iroquois will look to get back on their winning track after suffering 2 straight losses to Canada and USA, as they will take on Australia tomorrow. One final last gas here for the Iroquois will be stopped by Goss, as he'll give it a launch downfield. And that'll do it for this one. USA in convincing fashion over the Iroquois Nationals. Your final score, 17-3. Well, the USA fans head home happy, and we hope you have a pleasant rest of your Monday evening, or possibly Tuesday, depending where you're tuned in from. But our night is now over. We're back for day 6, and it all gets going at 9:30 a.m. As we'll run you down the schedule one more time as the 2 teams will shake hands. Day 6 begins at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time over on Field 2. Scotland and Korea. Mexico and Israel at 10 a.m. on Field 1. China and Ireland on Field 2 at 12:30.
For first place in the green division.
So that's the big one, 12:30 for the green division. And then Germany, Hong Kong at 1. And then the 2 night games, those are the ones I'll have for you right here on Sports Canada TV. USA and England at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Iroquois and Australia at 7:30. All right, that's going to get us out of here, Andy Watson. For our production crew at Sports Canada TV, thank you. Bang up job once again. For Andy Watson, I'm Jake Elliott. And for the fastest game on 2 feet, and for the creator, we'll see you tomorrow from the U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships right here in Coquitlam, BC.